I'm Adrian, and along with my partners Imran and Adrian, we are Camarones Hostels. Student travelers that want to stay at a hostel in Mexico have to settle for low-quality hostels because higher-quality hostels simply don't exist. We are here to solve that problem. We're a hostel brand that partners with local hostels to revitalize their businesses by refurbishing and increasing their level of quality.
But Adrian, do student travelers really want a high-quality hostel?
Great question, thank you. Collectively, our team has visited more than 65 countries. We have stayed in more than 100 hostels, and we've personally interviewed more than 150 student travelers. The vast majority of student travelers that we have interviewed had said that when given the option, they'd rather stay at a high-quality hostel. Now, let me tell you a story. On my last trip to Europe, I went to a city in which I had no other option but to stay at this hostel. This is what you get when you pay $4 for a bed, an uncomfortable mattress, and a cold shower for the week. However, after that, I went to this beautiful hostel, and after having a great night's sleep and an unbelievable breakfast, the $45 I paid for my bed were totally fine. But to be honest, I was very happy in both hostels, and so were the thousands of travelers that have rated them across the years. What's very interesting about this, and what we've come up after our travels and talking to so many student travelers, is that if you're a hostel owner and you can provide an amazing social experience, your customers will be very happy. But if on top of that you can provide great quality, you can earn a lot more money.
Okay, so Adrian, hostels in Mexico look like the first picture. Yeah. What needs to change?
From the student traveler's perspective, there are three things that really need to change. The first problem is that there's a huge misinformation problem. The hostel cannot guarantee that what's advertised in their webpage will be delivered upon arrival. Second, student travelers' expectations are never met. There's always unpleasant surprises. Either the bathroom is dirty or there's stains on the bed sheets. And on top of all that, it takes hours to find the right hostel. But we didn't stop there. We went further and interviewed over 40 hostel owners to understand why weren't they able to fix these problems. And we found out that the first thing they can't do is they don't know what's the best way to operate because they don't have any professional training in the art of hospitality. Second, they don't know how to use technology. One of the owners we interviewed had 8 years of reservations in paper. And finally, they cannot maintain or refurbish their properties because they have restricted access to capital. So how are we going to solve all of this? Well, we'll bring hotel brand standards to hostels in Mexico. We will deliver a true offer. What we advertise is what you'll get. If we say we give you a continental breakfast and 24/7 front desk, you'll get that. Second, we will enforce hotel quality standards so you are not disappointed in any point of the trip. And finally, our brand recognition will come with quality. Forget about searching hours for the right hostel. You already know what it's like to stay at a Camarones hostel. On the other side, when hostel owners join the network of Camarones hostels, they'll receive professional training in the art of hospitality. Second, we'll provide them with an online platform where they can manage their hostels, and we will give them the much needed access to capital to refurbish their properties. With all of this support, hostel owners will be able to finally deliver the quality that their customers want. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper and find how Camarones Hostels is going to do this.
Thank you, Adrian. So let's take a look at this picture. This is Mundo Joven, a hostel in Cancun that we're in talks with about partnering with them. So we specifically chose this hostel because they have decent ratings, but the $12 per bed and the 50% occupancy clearly show that there's significant room for improvement. And as a matter of fact, by investing $57,000 in 3 to 4 months, you can turn this 40-bed hostel from this into this, a Camarones hostel. We are going to provide the upfront investment. The hostel owner is still going to be managing the hostel, but they'll have the tools that we provide them. With this transformation, we know that we can turn this $12 per bed, 50% occupancy hostel into a $20 per bed, 80% occupancy hostel. The way the business model works is that the hostel owner is still going to be getting $12 per bed, but they're now selling way more beds, we are going to be getting the $8 price premium on all of those beds as a return on our investment. What makes us most excited about this product is that we're providing it to a traveler segment which is going to redefine how people are traveling. I'd like you to meet Santiago. He's 21 years old, he studies engineering, and he pays for 2/3 of his travel. Santiago is a student traveler. This segment travels for longer, and they have an annual travel budget that's $1,000 more than their peers, and that's what makes them attractive. But what really defines them is that when they go on trips, they're looking for a local and a social experience. And that's why they like to stay at hostels. We wanted to focus on this segment because by 2020, they're going to represent 1 out of every 4 international arrivals in the world. In Mexico, which is the 9th most visited country in the world, they're already worth over $12 billion as a market. So, as a founding team, obviously we're very passionate about travel, but we've been fortunate to add valuable members to our team. We're partnering with a Cornell architect team called Codaform for hotel design and rendering, and we have hired an operating partner on the ground. Her name is Lynn, and she studied in one of the best hotel management programs in Europe. We're even more fortunate to have, as a senior advisor, Carlos Abunzo, who's been managing hotels such as the Ritz, the Hilton, and the Trump Hotel in Cancun for the last 20 years. They're going to help us in our next step. By graduation, we would like to have our first agreement signed so that we can start refurbishing our first hostel this summer and launch our product in the fall of 2017. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. This was Camarones Hostels.